touch this. You can't touch this. Break it down. Stop. Hammer time.
This episode of Talking Footy, as you see, we're live on site today. I'm your host, Sean, and with me as always, Dan and Nick.
Oh yeah, we are. Here we are at the pub and loving it. Mate, recap. Last week, mate, it was Newcastle and Storm. That was after the Sharks and Manly game, both cracker games.
Oh yeah.
Mate, we had Manly just hanging in there, doing what they do and hanging in there. Mate, Sharks gave them everything and still came up, mate. It was on edge of your seat stuff.
God, I feel sorry for Paul Gallen. I mean, come on, do you hear him at the champagne? You can't fucking take it off. You're run through 4 blows.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Unfortunately, they did take it off, and they were right to do it.
They were right. It was a penalty. John Morris, most hated man, did a shore at the
Oh, well, you know what's worse? When Paul Gallen goes in the pre-season, mate, I think you're with me for sparring.
And Newcastle upsetting the Storm, it's a massive thing here. What can you say? I mean, one of our good mates, Ryan, he thought it might have been a bit of a rort, but if you don't hear about it in the paper, it can't be that much of a rort, to be honest. I think Newcastle was just a better team on the day down at Amy Park. It doesn't happen often, but for one, I couldn't be happier.
Full kudos to Newcastle. Great win to them. Unfortunately, though, I think Melbourne did get the rough end of the stick on one call. Billy Slater was definitely taken out, but Billy Slater does get the rub of the greens. It's about time to get something back.
Really, all season, and then one call. What are you going to do?
Exactly.
One call doesn't make the season, mate. It's like the North Queensland last week. A try, a 7-tackle try in the 8th minute? No, well, you still had 72 minutes to play, mate. You probably should have done the job.
Difference between that day, Cameron Smith kept crying, weren't crying.
Yeah.
Weren't crying for him.
No, that
it was in Jonathan Thurston against the world against him.
That's it. That's exactly right.
Anyway, moving on into the news. The New Zealand Warriors have paid the Wigan Warriors a world record transfer fee, we sound like the EPL here, to get the services of English try-scoring superstar Sam Tompkins.
Massive one.
Yeah.
Big signing. Not since Sam Burgess, mate. It's a Sam affair with the UK here. It's going to be a big impact for the Warriors next season. Unfortunately, disappointing this season, but great signing for him.
My question is, where does that leave Kevin Locke? Now, apparently there has been speculation that the Bulldogs are very interested in Kevin Locke, especially considering they had their own mercurial fullback go up north. Dan, your thoughts on Locke to Belmore, if possible?
Well, I've always had a lot of time for Kevin Locke, especially, I've always thought he's a great...
Star.
Yeah, well, mate, I've always thought he's a great fullback, and one of the best moments I remember him was actually breaking his leg scoring the game-winning try. Only 2 seasons, only 2 seasons ago, and he's got a lot of motsy, he's got a lot of skill.
He's run down Michael Jennings twice.
Yeah, mate, so, I mean, Belmore would be lucky to have him, to be honest. And if they can secure that, then, well, they're only a better club for it.
And also in the news this week, Michael Crocker, the Roosters hard man, has decided to call it quits after a whole lot of years in the top grade. Now, you might not like him as a player, some people don't, but you can't actually say a lot of people can't put on the thing. He was never a dirty player. You'll never know him as a grub. I was always a fan. He was always a very good player, and to be honest, mate, he was a winner.
He's just got one of those heads, I suppose.
Oh, but he was a winner.
Yeah.
Every team he was in was a winner.
Well, and maybe that's just all poppy syndrome, mate, I guess.
I guess, yeah. But
For everyone else, you know. Like,
coming to the Roosters team, they were winners.
Yeah.
Moved to Melbourne, they were winners. And went to South and made them winners.
Yep.
He was in the Queensland team as a winner and in the Australian Test team as a winner.
Yep.
Coincidence? I think not. Very good player. Thanks, mate. You've done great.
Yeah,
Michael Crocker, good work.
Yeah, good. That's it. You know, don't like him much, but it's like the Johnny Howard syndrome. Nobody liked him when he was in power, but when people think back, they go, oh shit, he was all right. Same with Crocker.
Anyway, Rugby League World Cup is around the corner, and there's already a spate of injuries. You see old mate James McManus, unfortunately, probably going to miss out on the Scotland World Cup team because Newcastle's going to make him have an operation. Now, that would be a bit of a shame. What's even worse, South are looking at putting Greg Inglis away. Greg Inglis. There's a man who puts 10 to 20,000 people in the seats alone.
Yep. Mate, he's the face on all the ads. Like, yeah, mate, when you're talking marquee, that's the bloke you want on the field for sure.
So it'd be a bit of a shame if it happens. I really hope that the clubs don't overrule this, otherwise International Rugby League will go
Suffer.
nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we have a look. Why does not? We missed out on it last week. Why not use it straight away this week? We didn't do the most famous of all our topics: who's shit house and who's shit hot.
Yeah.
Dan, what you got for us, mate?
Well, we're going to rip it this week, and I have to start with shit hot because Tyrone Roberts, now that usually have a lot of time for Newcastle. They have been the dark horses, considering that they could have easily been knocked out of the top 8 if the other teams around there could have pumped it to make it happen. Yeah, pretty much. But they're there, and they're killing finals football, and it's on the back of this blade, right? Can run, can kick, and now they've got Roosters on the weekend. Mate, anything could happen. You know, anything could happen. For Newcastle, first time they've made the quarters, or what is it, the top 4 in 12 years, I believe it is. Yeah. So they have a lot to play for, and again, Tyrone Roberts, third season, sort of enough experience, not that green. I think, I think he's got it. He's got the goods, and he's been showing it lately. Absolutely shit hot at the moment.
Fair enough. And who's on the opposite end of that, mate?
Shithouse, mate. I have to say, if not the fact, the suggestion of the Sharks moving to Queensland or the media coverage on it, it's all been shithouse, right? Now, okay, the Sharks are dire straits. If they get hit with a fine, money. The thing, Sean's going to touch on it later. I'm just going to say
just
that
like
the fact that they suggest the Sharks moving there, I've read about it, and it's a schmozzle. Sean will touch on it later, mate. What about you? Shithouse, shit hot?
Shit hot. Now, man, I normally don't like at all. In fact, he was the worst centre New South Wales ever used, but Bo Scott. Since he's come back from injury, he has been on fire for Newcastle.
There you go.
I've never been a fan. I never really thought he did much. I didn't think he was much meter gainer, had offloads. He was defensively strong without putting on big hits and inspiring. However, he has really led this Newcastle pack forward, which is a big thing for a back rower to do it, especially if he plays wide. He's running the right lines, running the edges. I don't know how much Jared Mullen and Wayne Bennett have to do with how he runs, but he's doing it right, he's doing it often. So, Bo Scott, I don't like you, but you are shit.
Hot. A lot of praise has been put on Big Willie for the Newcastle pack, but Bo Scott is equally there.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And also, unfortunately, shit house, however, is another Newcastle player that's really out of the 4 there. BJ, or how it call me, Joey Leilua.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, on the weekend there was a head clash in the tackle. Happens, bloke was hurt. Everyone understood, great tackle, head clash. Yeah. He comes over and berates the bloke who's unconscious on the ground. Yeah. Now, it was plain for everyone to see. Yeah. Heads are happening. Alright, it'd be the same kind of thing if a bloke had bent down, put his head in and got hit in the hip and he went and started talking shit. Yeah. You're a scumbag and you always will be. Wayne Bennett might have defended you on the other weekend, but hey, you're scum and you deserve to get a kick in the face. That's all I think about
it's like being a pedestrian and you watch a car crash, you don't go over there and fucking berate the guy who's just sleeping in the airbag, do you?
That's just getting young after running English, different story. Now, we're going to actually touch on what Dan was talking about as well, Cronulla in the shit.
Yeah, call it the hot topic for this week. Now, Sean, what do you got, mate?
We've already touched on it once during this show, actually. Yeah. Cronulla Sharks might have to be moved up to Queensland, Central Queensland, or another city, another one in Brisbane. Now, this has been innuendo going on for years about Cronulla having to move because too many Sydney clubs, who's not financially viable. If there is a massive fine, because Cronulla have a chance of making money with a cash pool. If they get a $2,000 fine and they have to pay suspended debt, they're stuffed. They're ruined. I've got a novel way of thinking about it. The NRL needs 16 teams. It's contractually obliged by everybody that they need 16 teams. Sure. However, they can rescind a license of a club if they are not viable. Yeah. So if Cronulla cannot provide players and a team and any money to be viable, strip them for 1 year. Okay? 1 year. In that 1 year, because I'm telling you now, blokes like Luke Lewis and Paul Gallen aren't going to...
No, mate, they're one club boys. That's the thing.
Exactly.
Well, at least Paul Gallen is,
Yeah. Give another team with a stadium, all the backing already there, and even player support a go for at least 1 year, because after next year anyway is when expansion's talking. I know it sounds crazy, but if Cronulla get fined at the end of this season, bring in the Bears, Central Coast Bears, for 1 year. They already have a head coach, they already have a CEO.
Mate, it's all there.
If they fail, it's okay. You can go, look, Central Coast, you're not meant to have a team. We'll go to
Throw the
Brisbane
Sharks
and
out.
we'll go to Perth.
Yeah.
If they go well, sorry, Canala, you're either going to have to move to Penrith or move to Brisbane if you're going to actually succeed.
It's not bad. Actually, no, I like that idea. Absolutely. And mate, Central, well, from all of the old Bears fans that I happen across, mate, they're screaming for a team. Even if it is Central Coast, I mean, it's only a hop, skip, and a jump up the coast from North Sydney so you're still going to get the same fan base. Central Coast Rugby League is still massive. I don't care what you say about the Central Coast Mariners. There's still thousands of fans.
And Bear supporters are everywhere. Just look at the merchandise you still get.
That's it, mate. That's it. I mean, and it was it not our jersey?
It was a winner.
It was our winner of our retro jersey, mate. It only makes sense, and someone could see it.
Yeah. So, mate, if you guys have any thoughts on that, obviously we understand there's a good chance they wouldn't be successful in the first year, but hey, look at the West Sydney Wanderers. It's possible.
It
possible.
is.
Especially in red and black.
Yeah. Well, there you go, mate. There you go.
Exactly. Now that moves us on to that hot topic. It's actually not that hot. It's actually lukewarm topic, if you will.
Well, you know why? Because we've got some hot tips happening right now.
Definitely hot tips. Dan.
Hot tips. Mate, we've only got two games to choose from. We've got
big games, though.
Massive games. We've got Manly South. Now, Manly backing up after a just struggle streak.
Historical game, if you will.
Yeah, and it's going to be sweet. You know, like it really is going to be a cracker of a game. Can't go past South. Can't go past them. Yeah, they're killing it. And I mean, you can go on about conspiracies about Sydney and South or East versus South, all that bullshit. But the moxie of it is they're the top two teams, mate. They're killing it. Right? Now, Newcastle, it might be a fairy tale, and they are playing really well. It's got to be tied up, but I still have to take the Roosters.
Alright, Roosters, and so you're going for Roosters.
Roosters and South, because I mean it might be the fairy tale and all that shit, but I think it's going to happen.
South won the last game against Melbourne without Adam Reynolds or John Sutton doing anything.
Yep.
They really, in fact, Adam Reynolds did more, John Sutton did nothing. It was all to do with their enormous and fantastic forward pack. Especially led by Sam Burgess, who he's actually had one of his quieter years, but he's still a super powerhouse. Yep. He hasn't had to do it.
Because his brothers took up the slack. That's why I like it.
Yes, exactly right. Manly, on the other hand, has been a complete team effort. Unbelievable. And whenever you think they don't have something, they're there again. I'm going to go out on a limb. I really think Cherry Evans and Kieran Foran can actually lead Manly over the South in this one. Okay. They were burnt early this year, and Jeff Tuvey copped a $10,000 fine for being right. Yep. I think Manly can actually take this one. Now,
there's no doubt they're a couple of the best halves of the season.
Best combination all year.
Yep.
South, unfortunately, the run's going to end. Now, when it comes to the Roosters and Newcastle, Roosters have been best team all year, deserve favouritism. However, I'm going to go out on a limb. Newcastle to win and lose next week.
Okay.
And Salt to get flipped. But Newcastle to win in a very tight one. Yep. But fairy tales never win the NRL Grand Final. No, it just doesn't happen, and they will not even make the 8 next year.
That's a thing. In this day and age when St George can go from first to second last, third last.
Parramatta can go from grand final to nowhere. Yeah. Warriors can go from grand final to nowhere. Bulldogs go from grand final knocked out first week. Happens to them all.
We'll see how we go. That's a sleeper bet.
Newcastle will win by skin of their teeth. Actually, no, I want to take that back. Fuck Newcastle. Roosters will win. I hate Kirky.
Mate, I'd say that wraps up our live, not so live, we posted, but still pretty live at the pub.
Yep.
Mate, we've got eBay seller, Phillips 79. Yeah, mate, he's killing it with all his footage. All the footage you see on this show is actually courtesy of him.
And don't forget our new sponsor, the Car Hold Tavern.
The Car Hold Tavern.
Yeah, brings the cold.
Grand opening in a week and a bit. And
also, don't forget that go onto our Facebook page to like it. We all do, most of you do. Yep. And also jump onto www.talkingfooty for all your football needs.
Argue about the finals, mate. Get onto it. It's finals season, mate. Get into it.
Yeah, the Dalian Awards just around the corner. And don't forget to vote on our team of the year.
Absolutely. All right, cheers. For our empty beers. We'll have to get another one. See you later, guys.
And that's the end of that chapter.